There's one. Set for stun.
3 guys sitting in a dark room that smells like bad cucumbers.
Don't make me angry. You wouldn't like me when I'm angry.
Inconceivable!
Now featuring 11 listeners.
This is the Unique Geek.
You slimy scumbag, get on your face and give me 25.
This is the Unique Geek.
And welcome to another edition of 50 Days of Dragon Con, the podcast that doesn't have a fair? I don't know. we're all out of people to I don't know. What's going on, Leigh? Leigh's joining me as always. Leigh.
Hi.
Sorry.
So, how you doing? No, it's okay. We're all here. I was waiting on you. I tried to be patient this time. But hi, everybody.
You tried to be patient this time?
I think I was patient.
You
I
were.
didn't jump in.
Well, yeah, but the one time that I need you to jump in, you're not jumping in, which is what
Okay.
the bigger issue is.
Well,
there.
see, you need to tell me that I need to do that because I don't know.
All right, Leigh,
Okay, so
we got stuff to do. We got things to get through.
everybody.
You have power outages to deal with.
Well, yes, and thank goodness it's gone but it only got up to 80 today. So our house was not like, oh my God, I'm gonna die. Which was
Oh, I
good.
didn't even think about that for some reason.
Yeah, air was out.
Yeah.
So yeah. But I had enough
No,
power in my
no bueno.
computer no matter what to be able to do this.
All right. So
Okay.
so
So
your hubby's back there cranking a little generator, keeping it going.
yeah, we're gonna put the dog in it. So if he just runs in a circle, it'll keep going.
Mm-hmm.
Because yeah. I did
All right.
want to say something. This came up on the Unique Geek page when we were talking about See the Sights. Mary Posner said, I hope that's Posner or Posner said, for what it's worth, one of the vendors in the secret food court in the Truist building has verified they and other vendors will be open throughout the weekend.
Oh,
Some will be open on Monday.
that is fantastic.
There still aren't as many vendors there as in Peachtree Center, but they are more than last year, and it shouldn't be as crowded as Peachtree Center, which is good. Also, we are 17 days from con, John.
Yeah, that is a very good point.
It's a
As
really
I'm looking at that
interesting number,
countdown
isn't it?
on the screen, yes, there's exactly 17 hours, 2 hours and 5 minutes and some change.
And I would
Or
love
57
for
minutes. Sorry. I guess
anybody
it's
who,
57 minutes.
yeah,
Okay.
I would love
Well,
anybody
we
who
got 52 minutes
costumes.
back, so everything's fine. I don't know.
Everybody, I want to say if you're a costumer or you cosplayer, I want to know if you're starting an outfit now. Please send us. You can send us an email at 50days@theuniquegeek.com, or you can also put it in a Facebook or Facebook Messenger. I will look because one of the things I want to know is if you're starting it, did you finish it? Because I want to get a picture
Oh,
with
yeah.
you if you did. So that would be really cool. So you can give us a before of here's what I'm going to try to do. And then after I made it for con. But don't do like that video that goes on Dragon Con TV does where it's like she doesn't have fun at the con because she's still like sewing everything. I mean, John, it takes
Yes.
a lot of sewing to make the costume.
Yes, it does.
You
But
know-
that's the only thing that is that sewing is required for.
No, you know what?
Nope.
We have another
My
track.
understanding
and we
is the
have
only
200
thing it's
people.
for is costuming.
John, somehow I'm go.
All right, well,
you just said something.
Transition.
Here we go. This
Transition.
is Beau and Jonesy. They are both with Puppet Track, and Puppetry Track is absolutely a wonderful, wonderful track. And I'm going to just introduce them. So, Beau, you are the director. And how did you get involved with Dragon Con? And then how did you get involved with puppetry?
I've been going to Dragon Con since I was 16. I am
wow.
local, and I worked at a comic book shop called Odin's Cosmic Bookshelf in Lilburn when I was a kid. And Odin's had a booth in the dealer's room selling comics. And one year when I was 16, they said, "Hey, Beau, do you want to come and work up at this convention this weekend. And I said, sure. And I went and I drove up there and I was like, cool, well, I live in Atlanta, so I'll just, drive up there and work and then drive home. And that first night I learned a very valuable lesson that you don't leave DragonCon. You don't have to. And so I made some friends and stayed in their
Uh-huh.
hotel room that night, and that was it. And I've never missed a year. No skips.
No, no skips. And
No skips.
okay, so and then how did you, Jonesy? How about you? How did you get involved in Dragon? How did you come to find Dragon Con and share in the joy we have of it?
I have Beau Brown to thank for
Oh.
that. I got my start in puppetry doing slam pieces, short work,
Mm-hmm.
and one of them got selected for the National Slam, which was hosted at DragonCon that year. And
That's
so
awesome.
Beau called me and invited me down, and I came and fell in love, and have been back as many times as I can. At the time I was living in New York at the time. I live in Baltimore now. So it is not always possible to get to the Dragon, but I'm always thrilled when I do.
When you can get there. Yeah, it's always fun. So, and you do, before I get back to Beau and ask him how he became director, but what is the thing you are awarded, what you're up for, and how does that get determined what a slam is or things like that? How does it get determined that yours was the right length?
Well, I don't know if it was about a length, although I do keep mine, in the words of Jim Godwin, too short to suck. But the there's a national puppet slam network that has basically short form shows all over the country, like individual puppet theaters or groups that host at a bar or a theater space for a night or two. And so they're all over the place. And then people can nominate shows that they see or have hosted to the national. And some years the National Slam will be at the Puppetry Festival, and other years it'll be at DragonCon. And that is largely thanks to Beau Brown, who is also moonlighting as the guy that is kind of in charge of the National Slam too. So I'll throw to Beau for this because he knows more than I do.
Yeah, tell me more about this, that you're in a national group that sets all this stuff up. This sounds awesome.
Yeah, so the National Slam is, so Heather Henson, who is Jim Henson's youngest child, coordinates and supports the Puppet Slam Network, which is a organization that unites all the different puppet slams around the country, and she provides small grants to all of those shows. So Heather Henson personally supports every one of these puppet slams all across the country, including ours, the Puck and Puppet Show here in Atlanta, and the DragonCon Slam. And so several years ago, over 10, 12, at least 12 years ago, we have festivals. Our professional organization is called Puppeteers of America. And every 2 years, we will have a national festival, usually. Everything's kind of screwed up since COVID. But every 2 years, we would have a national festival. And we started doing this show called the National Puppet Slam that served as a showcase for what at that time had been sort of younger slam artists. Because the puppet slam as a sort of art form hadn't really reached mainstream acceptance in the puppetry community. There was a sort of disconnect between the older generation and a sort of younger generation of theater, real very theater-based puppet professionals. And the just wasn't really considered as viable of an art form. Like it wasn't as, it was like, well, you're just screwing. There was sort of an opinion that puppet slams were just like kids screwing around and cussing with puppets. And so by doing this slam, by doing the first national slam and saying, hey, here are some very high quality pieces that happen to be short.
Right.
That sort of set the bar and had that the art form of, you know, puppet theater under 10 minutes being more accepted in our professional community. And so we decided to keep those shows going. I tend to produce and host the show, and then I curate it with an artistic committee. And either that artistic committee will be people at the Center for Puppetry Arts or the artistic committee of the Puppeteers of America Festival that I'm doing it with.
And
So
where's
Josie's
the
show
award
was
this year?
selected by its individual slam, and then we reviewed it as the curate, you know, as the artistic committee, and then selected the pieces based on all the pieces that were nominated. So each slam around the country nominates what they think are the best pieces. They send those to us as the artistic committee. We review all of them, and then we put together what we think is the best show based on those nominations.
That is cool. And then how did you become director of the puppetry?
Puppetry Track?
Yeah. How did the Puppetry Track even start?
About 12 years ago, sort of similar, around the same time, and I was running the Puck and Puppet Show Slam by then, and Bob and Carl, the Sci-Fi Janitors, had gotten popular on DC TV at this point. So Bob and Carl came first. It was sort of like me selling comic books, and then me cosplaying and screwing around, and then me doing puppet slams, and then Bob and Carl getting on DC TV. And then leveraging Bob and Carl's popularity to Dragon Con to say, hey, these people like these little guys, let us host a show. And they said, we don't know what that is. And I said, oh, it's like a variety show for grown-ups, and the little puppets will host the show, and it'll be made out of locals. And they said, okay. So we did the first late night puppet slam. That was a big success. We turned away like 400 people, and Pat Henry approached me after that year and said, hey, we heard about your puppet show. It seems like you're onto something. How would you feel about running an entire program? You would also have to do stuff for kids. Is that okay? And I said, sure, we can do stuff for kids. And that was it. And so the next year was the first year of the Puppetry Track.
Okay, very cool, very cool. And yeah, I do like that. I'm sorry if anybody's watching live. Beau, what is that behind you?
That is Snake Mountain. Skeletor's lair from He-Man.
I wondered if it was He-Man. Okay, Snake Mountain. Okay, thank you. Because I was like, I know I should know that.
Yeah, something interesting I learned about Beau in the pre-show was that two things. Most of his life. Puppetry and He-Man.
Puppetry and He-Man. Do you cosplay as any He-Man characters?
Many faces.
No, I was working on a Hordak costume years ago. When I started doing the track, I kind of had to retire from cosplaying. I couldn't really do both. Yeah. It's an awful lot of work, and the Puppetry Track tends to swing for the fences, and I tend to make a lot of work for myself. So
yeah.
So I
which is, I mean,
have two costumes that I have thought about coming out of retirement for, and they are both very puppety. One is a Mr. Mixolydic that flies around on a little cloud, and then the other is like a Doc Ock. Great segue, a Doc Ock humanette, which is a type of.
And unfortunately,
all right. So
yes,
Jonesy, what's up?
So a humanette puppet, you've seen it probably in some way or form. It's a puppet that straps around your neck and is a little body that hangs off your neck, and it can either have live hands or rod hands, and that's right. And it's just a hilariously fun way of doing puppetry, because you get this little tiny body with a giant head, and it means that for me, I like it because I can be doing other things while I'm doing a show. So my first full-length puppet show was Ubu Faust, which I did perform at Dragon Con years ago with laryngitis, which was
yeah, that's always fun.
that was fun. I had just come back from the Edinburgh Fringe with the show, and
Uh-oh.
Okay, he's frozen up for a minute. I just really want to know what Ubu Faust is, because that sounds.
Of Ubu Roy and Faust. So it's 2 plays shoved together, all as a one-man show with Jonesy.
And then like whirled up in a blender.
Yes.
Okay.
So Madam Edgewise, I mean, we can either skip Madam Edgewise and wait for Jonesy to come back to talk about it, or I can talk about it. What would you rather do? You sound back.
Yes, he is back.
So Madam Edgewise is a
Yes.
fortune teller in a little booth, and a humanette, and she does a tarot card reading for a member of the audience, and then I create a improvised toy theater hand-drawn puppet show based on the tarot card reading. So a lot of moving parts.
That's a lot of moving parts, but it also sounds like an amazing thing to do and so much fun. I'm sorry, I'm just like, are you doing that this year?
Yes, Friday night, 10 p.m. in the Puppetry Track room, Marriott A704.
And okay, Marriott A, right? A, that's A for atrium, 704.
That's right.
And John, where is the Marriott in all the hotels from Con?
I believe you're trying to call me out, and so
I am.
I'm not. I'm certainly not delaying. It's the middle one. It's the middle one, correct?
It's the middle one.
Correct?
There
Middle
you
one.
go. Yeah,
because
it's the middle one.
Because it begins with an M.
M for middle, right? Because it's between the Hyatt and
the Lowit.
So you get to go. Marriott stops you and you get to go in the middle of it, and it's great. And the atrium level is is it one above where the sky bridge is? Is that right?
It is the Skybridge level. So when you're taking the Skybridges from the food court or from the Hyatt, and they sort of dump into each other and create that horrible
mass of
T-bone mess. We are the side going back towards the Hyatt, like under the big dome where the droids are. Right?
Yeah, we're just past the droids.
Just past the droids, take a left. That's how you find the puppet.
The droids.
Next door to where the blood drive used to be.
Only at Dragon Con are these sentences ever put together.
Yeah. Right. These are the droids you're looking for.
These are the droids you're looking for, and if you find them, walk past them and take a left.
They're the ones you're looking for as a signpost to where you're really supposed to be.
Yeah.
Okay. So, we already brought up, Jonesy already brought up Friday. So what is going on in the Puppet Track this year? And we can start with Thursday. We can just go through what's going to be cool.
Normally on Thursday, our Thursday offering is So You Want to Be a Puppeteer. But because we have a new volunteer this year, who is a rising sophomore at University of Connecticut, which is the puppetry school. This is where you go to get your graduate degree in puppetry.
Oh, really?
They are not able to be there to talk about what it's like going to UConn. So instead, we have started a new event called the Puppetry Preview event. So this is the Puppetry Track preview party, and we will have various people come up and talk about basically a lot like this interview. We'll have, so Jonesy will be there, and I think Jonesy's going to be as Madam Edgewise, and is going to do a card reading for the track for the year. Like, this is the reading.
Oh, for the whole track
for the year. Yeah. And then various other people who are, we're highlighting our different programming this year. Right. Not as much the stuff we do every year, but so we've got an improv group called Edgewood Avenue. They'll talk a little bit about their show. Some of the folks from Big Howl will talk about their show, Welcome to Anadonia. They have another panel called So We Hear You Hate Puppets. That's going to be really funny. It'll basically be a little preview panel just like that. So that'll be on Thursday. And then there may or may not be a little puppet pop-up something over in the Hyatt lobby at 11 o'clock on Thursday night. I can neither confirm nor deny.
Who knows?
some
But
sort
if
of
you happen to be in the Hyatt, look up.
Oh my.
Wait, look,
Yeah.
look up.
and that's Thursday.
Yeah, get that vertigo as you look up in a John Portman building that's just got all these little ledges and stuff. That's crazy.
Huh.
Wow. Okay, so
and then
11:30.
Friday is a big day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Thursday night, Hyatt. Yeah. All right. Then Friday, we've got one unique thing that's going on is at well, there's a Muppet group photo meetup on Thursday that
Very cool.
I don't have it on my calendar at the moment, but there is a meetup. You can check out the Facebook group, and so if you're doing any sort of Muppet cosplay, there's a meetup on Thursday. Check that out.
That is very
and
cool.
then on Friday, something unique is at, let's see, 1:00. Yeah, at 1:00 on Friday, over in the gaming hall,
Mm-hmm.
is Sock Puppet, a role playing. So there's a session of a role playing game called Sock Puppets where you actually make a puppet and you use the puppet to play the tabletop role playing game.
Okay.
And I think there's a Facebook event for it on the Facebook group, and I think last time I checked there was still one open seat for the game.
Oh.
So if you want to grab that last seat for the Sock Puppet RPG, that's a unique little thing that we're kind of highlighting this year. A guy approached me about the game, and I said, yeah, if you want to run the game, I will promote it happening. So that was pretty cool. Our Muppet programming starts bright and early on Friday at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m.
with our first Muppet panel.
And who's going to be on that panel, though? Who's going to be on that panel? I just want to hear it again. Oh, Dave Goelz? You mean Gonzo?
Dave Goelz. In fact, yes, Dave Goelz.
The actual Gonzo?
Who you may know as Gonzo from the Muppets is going to be on that panel. So we're very excited. Excited to make that announcement. I've been working on Dave Goelz for probably 8 years. He has been my white whale. Dave is the only living Muppet performer who still performs his original character. Everybody else is either retired or dead, or that's it. I mean, they've either passed it on, and there's a next generation of somebody performing that character. And Gonzo's it. Dave and Gonzo are pretty much the very last ones. So that is what makes him so special. That's what makes him so special. And then also, I have always felt that Gonzo is the most Dragon Con of the Muppets. Like, among the Muppets, who is this cast of complete total weirdos, within that you have this one character who is even weirder, like the weirdo of the weirdos. And so I've always felt like there's been this sort of synergy between Gonzo and Dragon Con all these years. And so that's why we sing. I want to go back there someday at the end of the slam every year, because it's a song about Dragon Con.
It's all about Dragon Con, but I do love the idea, and Jonesy is smiling through this too. I do love the idea of Gonzo just standing in like the Marriott on Saturday or Sunday night, and his ball eyes somehow get bigger, and he just can't stop looking around. I just love that idea. So sorry.
I mean, I think Gonzo would absolutely love Dragon Con. And I think where it has people just being 100% themselves, which is kind of.
He would show up on Thursday and go, oh, and then Friday he'd be wearing a Darth Vader costume.
Yeah.
Have you told David that?
He would love it. So my date, now I could never ask him to do this because this is, this is what he does for money, right?
Right,
he
of course.
Puppeteers for money. So we can't ask him to do the thing. And unfortunately, we did ask, and unfortunately Disney said no to the puppets. So we do not, while we do have Dave and Bill Barretta, and Bonnie Erickson and Kevin Clash, we do not have a Gonzo puppet or a Pepe puppet or an Elmo or a Baby Sinclair, unfortunately.
That's okay, because but talking to the person who created that
Mhm.
persona is going to be great.
Absolutely.
I mean, having them is
that's
a
the
big
trick
get.
about having puppetry guests, is that
Mhm.
you kind of there's like three things, right? To really highlight a puppet character, like a celebrity puppet,
Mhm.
you need the performer, you need the puppet itself, and then you need whoever built or designed the original puppet. And
Okay.
those are really the three components you need to have a very successful, like, we are really celebrating this character. And
Right.
we were so lucky last year to have not only all 5 Fraggles, but also Sprocket as well, which they didn't tell me. So that was a surprise to me when I was at the panel when I saw Sprocket come out, and I didn't even know about
Oh,
it. And so
wow.
that was awesome. Yeah.
That is a good surprise, though.
A great surprise. So unfortunately, no puppets for us. However, you can go over to the Center for Puppetry Arts, which
was
is
gonna
in
mention that.
Midtown, and they have a Gonzo that you can go and
They
see
do.
Gonzo.
Yeah, John and I talked about places to go and places to eat at DragonCon. That's why we were talking about the Truist Tower. And one of the places we said, if you want to go to the High, also go to the Center for Puppetry Arts because they
That's
have
right.
the Muppets. They have
They have the
a
Muppets,
permanent Muppets, and
and
they have shows and things like that going on.
that's right. There's also a promotion as part of our partnership with the Center for Puppetry Arts. Your DragonCon membership badge will give you a discount to get into the museum. So anytime during DragonCon or after, I think it's like all the way through October after DragonCon.
Oh, really?
You can take your
Okay.
DragonCon badge and go and get a discount to go see the museum. Absolutely a great deal and totally worth it. So
That
you
is
heard it
very
here
cool.
first.
Yeah.
This is the first promotion of that deal, but we'll be putting it out on social media and stuff too. And so that's for volunteers and members. It's not just it's not just one or two groups. Anybody with a DragonCon badge gets the discount.
That is very, very cool. And it really is an amazing experience to just go through. They also have ruby slippers. Didn't they have the ruby slippers? No, at one point they did. I think they had to give them back. That's right.
Okay.
They had Dorothy's slippers because of other things that were going on. But that's really great. And okay, so that's Friday.
That's there's loads of stuff going on. Let's see what else. What else is cool on Friday? So the very first Muppet panel is at 10 o'clock. It's called, all of the Muppet panels are called Muppetology. So this is Muppetology 101, and it's Lights, Camera, Mayhem. And this is your basic like stories from the set panel. This is your like, hey, we were shooting blah blah blah, and this crazy thing happened. So your very basic, hey, we were shooting the Muppet Show and this awesome thing happened, or we were shooting the Muppet movie and this. And then after that, you've got Ninja Warrior, the Sock Puppet RPG game, and then Muppet Christmas Carol. There's a Muppet Christmas Carol panel at Friday at 1 o'clock. And then after that panel, there is a Muppet, that is the Muppet Christmas Caroling panel. So you can go to the Muppet Christmas Carol panel and hear about the people, making the movie. And then after that, you can come to the Puppetry Track, and we'll have a big meetup for everybody who is either in a Muppet costume or like Victorian Christmas Carol costume. We'll do a big group meetup there, photo moment, and talk a little bit about the movie, I think, and then they'll go Christmas caroling around DragonCon. So that's super fun. Put your Victorian Christmas Carol outfit cosplay together, or if you can do a Muppet character, then add some Victorian Christmas flair on it. And I think that sounds like a super fun cosplay group.
I think it sounds amazingly fun. I love that idea. And I know I've seen full size Kermits and Miss Piggies, and I think I saw a Fozzie Bear one. Fozzie Bear, not Fonzie, Fozzie Bear one time. So come on, people, bling those things up for Christmas. This would be so cool. And little kids, when you go around caroling, are going to be just, their little eyes are like this. They're huge.
I love the idea of, I just love the idea of Christmas caroling at DragonCon, period, because I very much
it's a great it's
DragonCon is a holiday. It is a holiday, and so the idea that you would Christmas carol at DragonCon makes total sense to me. Like I would go Easter egg hunting at DragonCon. I would go trick or treating at DragonCon. Like it just, for me, it just feels like a holiday. And so I've always wanted Marriott carpet Victorian Christmas carolers singing like parody Christmas Carol songs about DragonCon. That's what when I walk into DragonCon, when I walk through the doors, that's what I want to happen. I want Christmas carolers.
That's the first thing you think of.
Yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, I want to make sure for this because we have some people that are very into the Marriott carpet. So are you saying they make a Muppet of it? Or they become...
There's two things. I'm saying these are two ideas. One, I already loved the idea of like Marriott Christmas Carol, carpet Christmas carolers. That was an idea I had a couple of years ago. This year, a local who had been doing some Muppet meetups in the past. Apparently, they had like a Muppet Treasure Island trading post last year, and so they had posted on Instagram that they were doing a Muppet Christmas Carol meetup and cosplay group, and I was like, "Ooh, they don't know I'm working on Dave Goelz, hooray!" And so I reached out to them and I said, "Hey, I'd love to give your event like an actual slot. In my room. I'll let you do it in the track room." And then I scheduled it right after I knew the Christmas Carol panel would be, and then they're also going to come up on stage during the Christmas Carol panel and do a quick a little 3-minute medley of Christmas Carol songs from the movie.
Aww.
So that all worked out great, and I love it. I love it when that works out.
Okay, so that's number one. What was number two for what you want to see in the Marriott carpet?
The other thing would be what was it? It's not Marriott, but there has been a group that does this, and I've always wanted to do this. Is Gremlins Christmas caroling? So Ian and Gremlins, when the Gremlins knock on the door and they're singing and they have all the little Christmas Carol outfits on. There's a group that has the puppets that they have the Gremlin puppets and they dress them up and they go and knock on random hotel doors. And when you open the door, the Gremlins are all caroling. I love it. I just
that's so good.
I love it.
Oh,
Jonesy,
that's so good.
That killed you. You're not a part of that going around like a gremlin.
I wish.
No?
Yeah, if anyone watching, hit me up. I will join in if I have time.
You can. You got to get a gremlin puppet too.
Yeah, that's a great group.
We can make that happen. I'm sure we can make it happen.
In 17 days.
17 days.
I want to see Jimmy Burns put that original group together. I want to say it was Jimmy Burns. Jimmy, if you're listening, speak up.
Speak up.
What else? Okay,
we can't hear you.
That's awesome. Okay, then the Studebaker. Okay, so now I'm 95% confirmed that the Studebaker is happening. The different elements of what is happening with the Studebaker are still a little unresolved, but I can tell you what I'm at least trying to do, and we'll see how
I am so happy. I am vibrating, so go for it. Yeah.
Okay. So super exciting. Sherilyn Lambeth, who is a regular DragonCon pro attendee, was working on a project and reached out to me, and the project sounded really cool. They were working on the restoration of Fozzie Studebaker from the Muppet movie. Okay, so cool. So Sherilyn was involved because she was making a replica of Kermit and Fozzie to be sitting in the Studebaker. And so they said, "Hey, well, we could do a panel about what it's been like restoring the car." And I'm like, "That's great, sure, that's awesome. I love this idea." Yeah. So then Sherilyn puts me in touch with this guy Mark, who is the actual car restoration guy. So this is the guy who got hired by the Studebaker Museum in Indiana so the Studebaker Museum bought the Studebaker from like the movie lot where it had just been sitting and rusting, and then hired Mark to restore it. Now, Mark has restored a bunch of other movie cars. He's done a DeLorean. He's done an Ecto-1. He's done, I think, Mad Max cars. He's done this is his thing. He does movie cars.
Right.
So the car was supposed to go up to the museum, but when we found out that we'd gotten Dave, we were like, "Hey, here's this amazing opportunity to have the car with people from the movie." And so we've been in negotiation with the Studebaker Museum to let us borrow the car. And right now the plan is to have the car in the parade with the Muppet guests and then the whole puppetry group to be able to walk with the Muppet group and the Muppet car. the
That's
Studebaker. So
wow.
yeah, so like
Wow.
as the puppetry parade group, we've had parade puppets in the past
Yes.
because that's a part of our history. Like it's a very important part of the history of puppetry is parade puppets and actually the history of protest. But we've never had a vehicle, and like it's always been like like I never even considered that we would. That wasn't something that was on the table, and then suddenly it was like, oh no, we have the Studebaker. This is amazing. So we're very excited about that. We're hopefully the Studebaker is going to be on display somewhere where people can come and get their picture with it. And we're working on all that. So we're very excited about the Studebaker, and we're just still nailing down the details. But hopefully you should be able to get your picture with it, and it should be able to be in the parade.
Folks, and just what Beau said is, this is a lot of these things that we're talking about and we're giving times a day for, it's pretty set, but it might be moved a little bit and things like that. Right. So
it's
just
like
be
those
prepared for
cosplays that people are starting right now. They've been
Right
working
now.
on it for a while, but really there's still a lot to do.
Yeah, that would be, yeah. I just, go, yeah.
Red Nerd
Go,
was
John.
actually asking, there's never even been an Electric Mayhem bus at DragonCon?
Has there ever been an Electric Mayhem bus? No. There was an Electric Mayhem group that won the Masquerade years and years and years ago, before the Puppetry group, way before the Puppetry group. Tom Stanley was in that group. And that's the biggest like Electric Mayhem presence I think we've had. We've never had the bus. That would be cool. I mean, we don't have like, Brandy's Sandcrawler is sort of like the gold standard of the parade.
Yes, it is.
An entire Sandcrawler.
Yeah. I watched the first year. I was helping with the parade the first year, and I brought that Sandcrawler out, and I'm like, oh dear Lord. And Jan, the director there, went, they're not going to get it done in time. And I went, well, I'm sure they will, right? In my head, because I'm trying to calm the director down, going, no, yeah, they're going to, Jan, they're going to be great. And I'm going, oh my God, I hope they do it. Because it is built on site. I mean, they get to the parade and they start
building. Drive it down 85. You'd be like, throwing beads out.
I think it would look nicer than a Tesla truck.
Oh, yeah. It does.
So, sorry, I didn't say that in my out loud voice. But, okay, so, Jonesy, what about you on Friday? Are you just helping keep Beau calm, or what do you do?
Well, that is a lot of what I'm going to be doing this year, is making sure that Beau can be in another place at once, and try and be his assistant eyes in places that he might not be able to go. I will be... if you're watching and you manage to get that last seat at the sock puppet game, I'm very jealous, but I can't do that because I'm going to be a commentator for the Ultimate Ninja Puppet Warrior.
That's right.
Which happens at the same time. So if
hey, explain what the Ultimate Puppet Ninja Warrior is. I think you guys started a few years ago, right?
It's I started a few years ago. I was happy, blessed really, to be able to color commentate last year, and so that was my introduction to it, and I fell in love. It's a competition, a good-hearted competition, hosted by Barretta Baumgartner, that allows attendees, like just Dragon Conners folks, to come and get trained by professional puppeteers in tabletop puppetry style. So the style of typically 3-person on a team, 1 person holding head and back, or head and hand, another person doing hand and back, and third person on the feet, and coordinating all of their actions together to make this one puppet move together. It's a fascinating ancient form of puppetry. And so we're giving lots of people the opportunity to train with actual puppeteers in this technique, and then perform in our Ultimate Puppet Ninja Warrior course, where they'll have to go over obstacles and along tight ropes and climb walls and do all sorts of things. and I'll be serving as one of the color commentators, cheering them on and describing to the crowd what they see.
And where will this be? I mean, is this in the track room or this sounds big? So
That'll be at the Hyatt. Is it Hyatt 5-7? Is that what?
Hyatt 6-7.
6-7.
Hyatt Regency 6-7.
Okay, that's one of the ballrooms in the Hyatt Regency. So yeah, so just look for that because it is one of the ballrooms, and I cannot remember which one is 6 and 7. Ever so sorry, folks. I think it's on the level that's below the main lobby, but unsure.
Sounds
okay,
right.
so you're going to be doing that. And now I've got a question though, Jonesy. Is this a 10 o'clock panel or is this a day panel?
Oh, the Ultimate Puppet Ninja Warrior is a 1 p.m.
1 p.m. Okay, so that's a family friendly thing.
Yeah, very family friendly. Last year, I think the winning team was a family, and it is one of those things where the first one it goes for Friday, Saturday, Sunday at the same time, same place. The first, and then there's a panel before the first one on Friday, I believe, that is the training and sign up.
Yeah.
Once you've signed up with your team, you're committing to be there for at least 2 of the days, either the Friday or the Saturday, and then the Sunday is the finals. So you do need to make sure that you can do that. But I don't think we've had anyone miss out yet.
No.
So it is a fun thing to do, and it's a good time of day so that you. And it's like right in the middle of everything, so it's easy to get to your next thing from there.
Yes.
Which is good because I'll be running back from the Hyatt to the Puppet Track room for my show.
That's right.
Okay, so your show's going to be on Friday too.
10 o'clock.
Yeah, lots of stuff.
That's right.
Okay,
Lindsay will finish that and then get back for the tea party, I think. And then your show.
Oh, that's right. Tea parties first. Yes.
Yeah. Then the tea party's at 5:30. We did have to move the tea party this year for the first time.
5-0, everyone.
Always 5-0 on Friday, but this time we did have to move it.
I hope everyone's okay.
Hope everyone's okay. Jonesy, you're good? Okay, Jonesy's still good. He hasn't passed out from heat exhaustion.
Everyone's okay.
Okay.
They haven't come for me yet.
A YouTube video about Ninja Warrior in the chat. So if you want to, you can share that. People can look that up and watch what Ninja Warrior is all about.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
It's a wild event. I mean, it started out as just like one thing, and then now it's 4 events. It's the training, and then it's round 1 on the training, and round 1 on Friday, round 2 on Saturday, and then the finals on Sunday with the winners from round 1 and round 2 facing each other on Sunday. So it's really exploded into a whole thing.
A whole thing. Now, okay, so what we've talked about so far are family friendly ones. At 10 p.m., we're not so family friendly all the time.
Not so much.
Yeah.
Madam Edgewise might swear a little bit.
Madam Edgewise might?
Yeah, Madam.
Okay.
She might swear a bit, and because the show is improvised, you never know what kind of show you're in. Well, some of them turn out to be very sweet, and some of them turn out to be a little bit risky. So, so we'll see. We'll see who chooses to have their fortune told. And I'll say for viewers, all of folks watching right now and listening later, if you are really excited about the possibility of having your fortune told, sit in the front row, because it's unlikely that if you're further back that you will be selected. I can't say that I would pick you because I don't do the picking. But I'll leave it at that.
That sounds awesome.
We call on mystical arts to choose our volunteer. So we'll see who gets chosen. But yeah, cool. if you want really good chance, get there in time to get a front row seat.
Oh, this sounds awesome. Okay, so then what else? Now, one of my favorite things, even though I haven't seen it at Dragon Con because I go night-night, you do something called the Pucking Puppet Show Slam. What
That
in
is
the
on
world
Sunday
is
night.
that, Beau? Yeah. And I'm wearing my shirt. Nobody can see,
Yay!
but I love my shirt. I did go to see one that was actually here in town at a theater. So it was a lot. Y'all, I laughed harder than I've ever laughed. It was absolutely hysterical, and it was so much fun. But this is also the one that it's a 10 p.m. Very much so.
Oh,
Well, the slam is at midnight on Sunday.
Oh, at midnight. Okay,
Yeah,
it's
the
an
slam
after
is
10
at midnight
p.m.
on Sunday, but we have lots of other adult shows. On Friday night,
Don't
there's
you
Madame Ed's Wife
worry.
at
There's
10.
plenty more
Then
adult
there's
shows.
another adult show called Go to Hell, which is a puppet comedy show that's going to be over in Hilton Grand West. So we have 2 adult shows going on at the same time on Friday night. And then at 11:30 is Welcome to Anadonia Live, which is our 3rd adult puppet show of the evening. And then
Oh, my
after
goodness gracious.
that, at 1 o'clock in the morning is Liquid Light Gorilla Strike, which is something that we tried last year for the first time, and we tried it unofficially and encountered a great deal of challenges because we were doing it unofficially. So this year we're doing it officially. But on the 3rd floor of the Hilton is a patio. Like you go up to the 3rd floor, there's a patio that I think used to be a pool, and then they took the pool out, and it's just a patio.
Yeah,
And
it's
there's a
now
big-
patio, right?
Yeah, there's a big concrete wall, a big blank concrete wall, and the Puppetry Track will be there, and we'll have set up some overhead projectors, and we will be projecting a sort of like acid trip, liquid light, psychedelic light show onto the wall over there, which is
So
a specific
that's
style of puppetry called liquid light. And we did this for the first time last year with Shadow Girls Cult, and we are going to try and recreate it without Shadow Girls Cult on our own. We are very brave for trying. So we're
you
going to
are
do our
very brave.
this is one of the lessons of puppetry.
Sorry, what was that, Jonesy?
Oh, one of the lessons of puppetry is that you try things, even if you might fail, because that's how you learn. So you can. I wouldn't say that that's necessarily an after 10 show. It's just 1 o'clock in the morning.
It's going to be
probably
there's
your
no
kids
show.
are asleep.
It's going to be visuals. Yeah.
Well, and
But
I also think that would getting all those cool lights and it's all psychedelic, and then you go to a rave and you get more of that.
Yeah.
So this might be your nice little start into the rave for some people.
For those
like
of you
myself,
just waking up at 1 a.m.
Those times. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
I'll be waking up around, I don't know.
You youngsters
8
enjoy
p.m.
that. I'll be napping.
Yes.
Another thing to highlight real quick on Friday is the Shadow Puppet Cryptozoology workshop at 7 o'clock. So what this is like a make your own shadow puppet workshop, and you can make like a little cryptid, some sort of like weird little fantastic animal. And then on Saturday is the Sensational Shadow Safari at 4 o'clock. And so if some people make really cool creatures on Friday at 7, we're going to invite you to do your cool creature that you made in the Shadow Safari. And the Shadow Safari is an event we started a couple of years ago. I think I probably talked about it here on the show last year. And it's like a zoo. So you walk through it kind of like a haunted house. Like you'll walk through the room, you'll walk around the perimeter of the room, and then on the wall will be shadow puppets happening. And it's going to be like each light source is like its own little exhibit. So you'll walk around the perimeter of the room, and it's going to be like walking through a zoo with all these different shadow creatures on the wall. And some people who participated in the workshop on Friday will have the opportunity to perform their creatures on Saturday in that event if they want to. So we're excited.
So is it just a cryptid zoo this year, or is it also going to be cryptid with some other stuff? You're going to pull in some of the
cryptid. That's not a real animal. So
anything that's not a real animal.
It can be a Mothman. It can be a Cerberus. It can be a mermaid.
I thought you said things that aren't real.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, John, I was going to think about us doing Sasquatch, but we both want to believe, so therefore
all real Sasquatches.
Yeah. We got a question here. The liquid light kind. Yeah, go for it.
Oh, sorry. I was going to say, is liquid light kind of like what you talked about once about discussing the early precursors to puppetry being light play by ancient people around the fire.
No, liquid light is specifically, using oils and liquids that don't mix and shining light through them to create sort of weird patterns and stuff.
That's very cool.
What they're talking about is just regular shadow puppetry, where it is believed by puppet academics that the first puppet, right, was when the cave person was telling the story about hunting the bear next to the fire. As they move their body further and closer and further away from the fire, their shadow on the wall will change size, right? If they're saying like, oh, and the bear, and I was creeping up on the bear, and if they get closer, right, their shadow will get bigger. That ability for their shadow to change size and shape is using puppetry and objects to enhance storytelling, which is what puppetry is. It enhanced, and it's using objects to enhance telling a story by making things look alive. So that would be the first puppet.
Well, and I would say thank God for puppetry, because I learned a lot of songs from Sesame Street. I learned that maybe you can see something that other people can't. Thank you, Big Bird and Snuffleupagus. Hippopotamus is what I was about to say, but Snuffleupagus. Y'all, I love puppets.
Sarah was saying earlier that it's awesome that Gonzo's there, but I still believe in Snuffleupagus.
Yeah. Well, we had Marty Robinson. We had Snuffleupagus. Several years ago.
Yeah, it was like 2 years ago, right?
I just talked to him last week.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Okay, cool. Snuffleupagus is so awesome. Okay, so then, so the Shadow Safari will be going on.
Safari, on Saturday, and then other than that, on Saturday, we have our second Muppet panel. Or no, sorry, Saturday's the parade. So we have another new event next year called Murder Most Felt, a puppet murder mystery game. So this is an offering from the DragonCon Performing Arts Group that you guys may be familiar with. They're not they're not an official track, but they are a group, and they pitched this event to me this year, and I agreed. And so it is like a murder mystery type game, but you'll play like it is a game that you will play like a murder mystery type game, but there are puppets. So some of the suspects will be puppets, and it's like if a murder mystery game happened in a Muppets type world where humans and puppets coexist.
Right.
So yeah, that's what that is. So that's a very new and unusual thing that we're doing. So
and that's
you can
this
come
year.
and do Murder Most Felt. I'm very pleased. I came up with Murder Most Felt. A puppet. Originally, another idea was Murder on the Antron Express, but that was a little bit too inside baseball for general audiences.
Yeah.
But Murder Most Felt worked great.
That is great. Okay. And so
what else on Saturday? We've got the Shadow Safari, right? We've got we have new shows, because one of our amazing volunteers, Joshua Martin, has decided to he offered to present some programming this year. So he's in fact doing 2 shows. He's doing Puppet Science Show with Science Guys of Atlanta. So this is like a kid's science show, and he has he does this around Atlanta too. So you can come see that. So that's a great kid show. So we have lots of great adult shows. Then these are our kid shows. We have our science show on Saturday, and then we have our monitor workshop where we teach how to perform puppetry for the camera, like the Muppets do. We do offer that every year. Then Edgewood Avenue. So Edgewood Avenue is a local Atlanta puppet improv group, and they are also doing a show. So they have Edgewood Avenue and Jonesy is going to guest star with them in the improv show. So Edgewood Avenue is in the Marriott, is in Imperial Ballroom in the Marriott at 7:00 on Saturday. So that is not an after 10 p.m. show. So that'll be, a fun improv show that you can take the kids to.
Family friendly.
family friendly.
And Jonesy, can you give us a hint on what's going on with that one, or is it just going to be when you get there? Here are the things you've got to do in this improv. Go forth.
Yeah, I suspect that it's going to be like puppet improv is actually kind of a subset of standard short form improv. And I don't know yet whether it's going to be short form games or whether it's going to be more like a Herald. But it's the world of improv. So we'll get there and we'll put some puppets on and we'll try and be funny or serious.
And it is
theatrical
style
comedy
puppetry and not monitor style puppetry, FYI.
Okay,
so they won't be performing into the camera. They will be just performing like Avenue Q style.
Oh wow, that'll be great. That'll be great. It's Avenue Q that you can take the kids to. Awesome.
Yeah.
Good to know. No, Avenue. It's this one that you just talked about.
It's like an Avenue Q, but you can take
kids to it. Right.
It is the puppetry style, the same like seeing humans holding puppets on stage. Yeah.
Right.
That's how.
All right. So what I'm hearing is everyone agrees we should take small children to Avenue Q. That's what I'm hearing.
No.
You can do whatever you want as long as it doesn't happen at DragCon. It's not my problem.
That's exactly right. I cannot tell you how many people I've seen Avenue Q many times, and I love it. And I cannot remember one where I didn't see parents bringing children, even though it said this is not a children's show on the tickets and on the site and everywhere else. And then about 10 or 20 minutes in, those parents getting up and leaving with their kids. I'm like, folks, it said. They never learn. They never learn because there are lots of styles of puppet shows. I will say, the first time I saw it with my son, he had to sit like a little bit away from me because I was just like, I can't. He can go see it with somebody else, but I can't have him right there when I'm watching puppets do what puppets do to make baby puppets. So there you go. All right. So Saturday sounds pretty cool. And
then we don't have as much stuff going on that night as much as we do on Friday night. So most of the adult stuff is on that Friday night. So then, very cool. Let's see. For Sunday, we have our second Muppet panel, or our second Muppetology panel, which is called Forks in the Road. And that's at 10 o'clock. And then in the afternoon, sort of between, I would say like 1 and 5-ish, the Muppet guests will be on the Walk of Fame. So you can go and get autographs and photography with them in the sort of early afternoon. They're not going to be in Walk of Fame like all day, but they will be there for about 3 hours a day.
For 3 hours each day. Okay, good to know. So, and again, folks, it just kind of depends. So if you want to see these people when you're in the Walk of Fame, they usually have a sign up that says when they're going to be there. So look for that one and then plan accordingly.
We'll probably, if you're on the Puppetry Track Facebook group, we'll probably post like these are the Muppet folks' hours for Walk of Fame at some point. You can keep an eye out for that. And cool. So then their panel on Sunday is Forks in the Road. So this panel is kind of about like when you are famous, like Muppet famous, right? Okay. Like especially for people like Kevin Clash, who Elmo took him all over the world, and somebody like Dave with Gonzo, and being part of the Muppets from the very beginning and going through the whole way. It leads you. Your career will take you strange places. So this panel is kind of like the stories of like, yeah, one time we were in Africa doing this Sesame Street thing, and this like crazy thing happened. Right. So like that's sort of that panel is the sort of not necessarily stories from the set. Like it'll be stories like, oh, we were doing the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade. Right. At the Sesame Street, they have such a big presence. Like it'll be stories like that. So stories not from like shooting the specific things, but stories from like what your life is like when you're involved with this whole Muppet world.
And this is right. And these are only the Muppet people talking about this, or are you bringing some other people too? It's Muppet focused?
Yeah, this will be Dave Goelz. This would be Bill Barretta, who is Pepe the Prawn, and was in. He came in sort of. He's not one of the original Muppet people. He came in sort of during the Muppets Tonight sort of era, and then like Dinosaurs. He was the suit performer for the dad, Earl Sinclair, on Dinosaurs, and did a lot of the new characters on Muppets Tonight, and with Pepe being sort of the one that sort of. Like, how would you phrase it, Jonesy? Sort of like made the cut.
He's the breakout character. He's the one that really took off because he's great.
Because he's great, and we'll get to the last panel. The last Muppet panel is actually about that very thing.
Okay, so very cool.
So that's the first panel, and then we've got Mary Robinette Cowell. So Mary Robinette Cowell is the author. So she's a puppeteer. She puppeteered on some Jim Henson projects, and is also a very well-known science
award-winning
fiction
author.
Science fiction, and not even
I think she got a couple Hugos.
Pretty hard science, right? It's not. It's like
her newest series, the Lady Astronaut series, is
historical science.
It's like alternate history, science based.
It's science based. It's got a science base, but it kind of is an sci-fi.
Yeah.
Oh, very cool.
Like she has done some fantasy stuff as well, but yeah, this series, I go read the Lady Astronaut series. It's so good.
The Lady Astronaut series. I'm writing it down.
Yeah, very, very cool.
Wait, is it literally called the Lady Astronaut series?
It's like,
oh, okay.
I think
I just wanted to make sure. I was doing something. I came back to that in my head, and I went, "Wait a minute. Did you just not remember? Are we getting canceled? What's going on?"
Yeah. Right. So I was thrilled when I saw that Mary Robinette was coming. I hadn't invited her, and so I reached out and I said, "Oh, it's fantastic you're coming," because we'd actually talked several years ago about her coming, and it hadn't worked out. And I said, "Yeah, you can do stuff in the lit track. It'll be great." And so I didn't even have to track her down. She was coming on her own to lit track stuff. So I pitched her a bunch of, "Hey, here's some stuff I can do with you in the puppetry track," and she agreed to everything that I pitched her. She's doing a panel called "How to Hide a Body," or set design for puppetry. So what it's like having to, you can't just put puppets on stage, right? Like you have to figure out, okay, are we hiding the bodies? If we're not hiding the bodies, that's a choice. Like, the Edgewood Avenue show is Avenue Q style, so we're not hiding the bodies. But on Sesame Street, we do hide the bodies. So are we hiding them in garbage cans, or are we hiding them outside the frame, right? Like the frame being like down here with the camera. And so Mary Robinette is going to do that.
That's
talk
great.
about that, what it's like to deal with where you put the physical people's bodies when you are doing puppetry.
That it's always amazed me when I watch like things on TV and in movies and other things going, how did they?
Yep.
That's really, Gremlins really got me on that. There's Jonesy again. Hi, Jonesy. And boy, oh boy, do you look like my brother-in-law. You do, Jonesy. But what are you doing, John? He's playing with the frames again. Okay, so that is really cool. And it is called the Lady Astronaut series?
According to Jonesy, yes.
Yes, good job. I will be looking it up. John, are you going to read it?
Oh, sure.
I don't know. I don't know what she's doing in the lit track. I haven't looked at her schedule in the lit track. I just know what she's doing in my stuff.
There you go. And that is the See the Lady Astronaut series. Found it on Google, y'all. Of course, you can now also find it on any website you want to find, probably. And
I think she does audios too. I think she does her own books on audio too.
Okay.
You're an audiobook type person.
If you're an audio, yeah.
Later on Sunday, we have our Puppet Pants Marionette Variety Show. Puppet Pants is a local performer. He does a great marionette variety show. It's great for kids, great for grown-ups. That's a big show. The Puppet Pants Marionette Variety Show is Sunday at 2:30 over in Hyatt Regency 6-7.
Okay. Very cool. That's good that you're having it in that.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. It's good that it's there because more people can get in than they can get in your track room. So
Yeah.
that's very cool. But
if you don't want to go see the Marionette Variety Show, you can come to the track room to see Puppetry and Evil. So this is, I've tried. I feel like I make a great deal of effort to have the Puppetry Track be non-traditional programming.
Oh yeah,
like not panels. Because and not that Dragon Con is totally panels, because that's part of what makes it Dragon Con, is that it's so much weird stuff. But I had really been sort of banging the drum of like, I don't want to do normal panels. I want everything to be weird and like immersive experiences like the Shadow Safari and stuff like that. But then when I got a new volunteer, they were talking about how they'd been coming to the track for years. And I was like, well, that's great. Like, what do you like about the track? And they said, well, I really like the panels. And I was like, really? And they were like, yeah, I really like the more sort of academic kind of like, we're just going to talk about like puppetry idea, like Puppetry and Evil. And so I said, okay, so I will try not to lean as far away from the panel stuff as normal. So Puppetry and Evil is one of our panel-y panels. And it is about how both puppets themselves and puppeteers are almost always depicted as nefarious in media.
Right.
That we're always the bad guy. The puppets are haunted. They're trying to kill you. The puppeteer is a creepy person who's trying to manipulate people and kill people, or whatever. Or not even kill people, just be the bad guy, like John Malkovich, the puppeteer is the bad guy of the movie. And so citing examples of those, Puppet Master, Fantastic Four villain, he's the bad guy, Magic Clay, and then also talk about the actual examples that do exist of puppets and puppeteers as positively depicted in media, which are fewer and far between, but do exist.
Yeah, we're scouring the universe for them, and Beau found one. I thought of another. We'll see if we can come up with a third by Dragon Con.
I mean, okay, so this is like, we're not talking positive characters like Sesame Street. You're talking about in other
characters on
areas.
In popular fiction.
Gotcha.
There's a when you go to see a Puppet Master movie, you are not, the puppets are not the heroes. They kind of are, but they're evil and they're killing people, and they're kind of Nazis,
which is totally fine, and we're okay with that.
Okay, so it's kind of different than that. It's more of that kind of thing. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. But yeah, that's really cool.
So like Sesame Street characters, like Big Bird isn't a puppet of a bird. Big Bird is a bird, right? Whereas in the Puppet Master films, those are puppets. Like they are murderous puppets. In like all of the like Megan or Chucky, right? Like it's a doll. Like it's not that it's a character. It's that the thing is, when puppets are alive in movies, they're evil. Right?
Okay.
Like,
I'm going to argue that if I saw a live puppet, I would assume it was evil.
I mean, that is one of the reasons why it's such a persistent trope, is the idea. I mean, there's something inherently creepy about
inherently. I think he muted himself.
Okay.
It's probably another siren.
Okay, well, okay, so so like you're talking about that kind of stuff, like in Puppet Master, I saw Megan
in
like Five Nights at Freddy's, things like that, even though they're animatronic.
Magic with like the ventriloquist
everyone listening, by the way.
Right. It's when
I just want to take this moment to apologize to the entire Unique Geek.
For
I had all these great plans for where I was going to be for this guest spot, and they all just the room I was in was under construction, and I had to park on the street, and then there's sirens
and then
Oh,
my
you're
computer
perfectly
died,
fine.
and everything is horrible.
It's not
Welcome to
as
DragonCon and
everybody
CD.
watching will tell you is that if it wasn't falling apart at the seams, it would not be correct. So,
No.
I mean, it's Dragon Con,
Okay.
right? Everything's
It is Dragon Con.
let's just swing and see if we hit something and keep moving if we
Yep.
don't.
Keep it going. Keep
It's
it going.
much like the
Well,
puppetry track that
and
we
I
were just talking about.
well, and
But
as
of
you were
course,
talking
if your
about
puppet is falling apart, or you need help with your performance because you're not sure why it keeps falling apart, we do actually have something for you on Sunday
That's right.
to help
You
with
can
that.
come to the Puppet Pit Stop workshop.
a puppet pit stop.
Right. So this is an event that used to be 2 events that we combined into 1 event last year due to scheduling conflicts, but we decided to just keep it as 2 events or keep it as 1 event. So this is one of if you when you're looking through the Puppetry Track schedule, several events are going to have a hashtag at the end. Some of them are going to say bring a puppet, like hashtag bring a puppet. Some are going to say hashtag puppets only. If it's bring a puppet, then we're saying, yeah, bring a puppet. This would be a great event for you to bring your own puppet to. If you bring your puppet to Dragon Con, which we 100% want you to do, bring puppets to Dragon Con. We have events just for you to bring your puppets to. This is one of them. And then if it's puppets only, that means you aren't actually allowed in the room if you don't have a puppet. You have to have a puppet to come in the room. So the Magic Puppet Tea Party.
Could I have like those little like snakes puppets that I got there one year, or do I have to have a real
But
puppet?
it depends on the purpose of the event. If it's the Magic Puppet Tea Party and the point of the event is that it's like a puppeteer social and the puppeteers are the puppets are like talking and interacting, then the little worm isn't really going to be a good fit for that because it's going to be hard for that little worm to like really interact necessarily. I mean, you could do it. You could have the little worm talk. That's fine.
Oh, no, I get you. Yeah.
Yeah. But what is the spirit of the event, right? The spirit of the Magic Puppet Tea Party is people getting together and staying in character with their puppets and interacting with each other. That's the spirit of the event. For the Puppet Pit Stop Workshop, we want you to bring your puppets, and if you are interested in like performance advice, like we're going to help you make your puppetry performance better, then we are going to pair you up with a professional puppeteer. If you have built your puppet and you would like some advice on how to make it work better or different ways that you could work on its fabrication, then we're going to go partner you up with some puppet builders. And you're going to get like one-on-one, one-on-2, either character work or like puppet building work with professionals.
Oh, wow.
It's a really great opportunity.
That is really cool. Yeah. That sounds really good because I think a lot of people, they're like, I really want to do this, but right. I really want to go and see if I can find a group to play, to be a part of with my puppet, like the Edgewood group. But this is the place to go so they can say, hey, here's what you need to do to get into that level and things like that. And that's why the panels at Dragon Con we love because they give you fun advice. They sometimes are very practical advice. And sometimes they're just going to roll off the rails, which is pretty much everything after 10 p.m.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I did see one person who put up that the Muppet, a puppet kilt blowing might be very interesting.
Kilt blowing. Yeah.
Puppet kilt blowing.
Well, kilt blowing, as we know, is a very long and, proud Dragon Con tradition.
Yes.
I'm not sure what making it Muppet is going to look like, but send me a proposal.
Oh no, you can see my elbow.
Yeah.
Closing the arm.
What she said.
I would also point out that Red Nerd, which I think made the kill thing, also pointed out that the hashtags are the same same request that he has on his DragonCon dating profile.
Yes, please bring a puppet.
Puppets
only. And let's see.
Not making that joke here.
Another event we have that is a bring a puppet one is called Happily Ever Laughter, which is an improvised fairy tale. So we're going to have several puppet improvisers, the folks from Edgewood Avenue, my volunteer Joshua, and a couple of other people. And anybody who wants to bring their own puppets can participate in this. So it's everybody who shows up for the event with their puppets, you're all going to get together and you're going to improvise a whole fairy tale together. And so we're very
Oh,
excited about that. I'm very happy that I have more events that are allowing my volunteers to be more involved in like presenting more programming.
that's really
So I'm
cool.
really thrilled about all that. So we're
Yeah,
very
because
happy that Joshua had lots of great ideas to bring to the table.
that is very cool. Very cool. Okay,
And
so
then our last event, other than the slam, really like the last
right.
thing I want to highlight on Sunday is another Bring a Puppet. And this is our Lip Sync-a-Palooza. So this is a new event. This is Kevin Clash's idea. And so this is going to be like The Voice meets America's Got this is like The Voice meets Puppet Karaoke. So we do Puppet Karaoke on Friday night already. And we'll have a panel of 3 professional celebrity, puppeteer judges. And it'll be set up like Puppet Karaoke. You'll come up on stage. Raymond Carr will do your little interview. He's going to be your like Nick Cannon. Is that his name? Going to do your little interview, like on America's Got Talent, and then you are going to pick a song, and we're going to have a system where you can pick the songs in advance because you can't get up there and sing an 8-minute song, but you'll puppet lip sync. So there'll be monitors, a camera, and you will puppeteer lip syncing your song. You're not actually saying anything. There's no live microphones, but there is a dead microphone that your puppet can sing it at, make it look like it's singing into a microphone. And then the judges who, I believe the judges are going to be Kevin Clash, Bill Barretta, and Stacey Gordon from Sesame Street. They will choose the winner. Whoever has the best puppet karaoke. So it's like air guitar, karaoke, puppets.
And so does it have to be an individual puppet, or could you like bring a group to sing
You can bring groups.
Bon Jovi? You can bring
groups.
But
and
not to sing Bon Jovi.
I believe that we are also making it that you could do a small scene from a movie. If like you wanted to do like lip sync a scene to a movie, under 2 minutes. I think it's 3 minutes for a song and 2 minutes for a scene from a movie. Time limit.
I think that sounds absolutely amazing to watch, because I think, first of all, karaoke is supposed to be fun and you're giggling and having a good time, but then adding puppets, that's just my mind's blown.
Jonesy, wouldn't you say everything's better with puppets?
I would say
No, I want you to
everything
say
is
that.
better
This is
with puppets.
This is a CBS 60-minute interview. I need you to say exactly what I say back to you.
I can think of one thing that isn't better with puppets, because puppets are hard to clean.
So scuba diving.
Yeah,
that's one thing you couldn't think of.
Don't recommend it.
Don't recommend
scuba diving would
adds a lot of drag. A lot of drag.
What do you? So is there anything? What do you have?
I can't say anything.
What do you have? What do you have going on Monday? And we'll start heading towards our game.
Yeah, after on Sunday, then we have the slam at midnight on Sunday night. Bob and Carl will be back to host the slam. It'll be great.
Excellent.
And then we try to keep things. Generally, we keep things pretty chill on Monday because we have been up.
Because we've been up until 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
However, our third Muppet panel is at 10 a.m. on Monday.
Oh, goody.
So those of you who scoot out early on Monday, don't miss the last Muppet panel. And it is called Iconic Characters. And that is the panel that's about why Pepe broke out of the cast of Muppets Tonight and joined the main cast. What was it that rocketed? Why was it when Kevin Clash picked up Elmo? Because a couple of other puppeteers tried to pick up that red puppet, that red monster puppet that they had lying around, but it wasn't until Kevin picked it up that suddenly Elmo existed and became this mega star, the Sesame Street mega star that Elmo became. Like, what was it? What made Elmo break out on Sesame Street? What made Pepe break out from Muppets Tonight? And then what is it about juxtaposition characters with the Muppets? What is it about Rizzo and Gonzo that just works? What is it about Kermit and Fozzie that works? What is it about Kermit and Piggy that works? Statler and Waldorf, Bunsen and Beaker, right? Like, a lot of Muppet characters are defined by their relationships to other Muppets. And so that's sort of what that panel is about. Really sort of like digging into what makes the Muppets these iconic archetypal characters,
Right. Well,
and what separates them from other characters.
I will say I have a friend who has children during the Elmo craze, and they did a little Elmo thing about, being a big boy or big puppet or something, and he was showing how he went to the bathroom. He didn't have to wear diapers because he goes to the bathroom, and he's like dancing on the potty and singing a potty dance.
Yeah, the potty dancing is some pretty good puppetry.
The potty dancing is great, and so her child, I am not giving this X. Her child now did for a very long time sing the potty dance song
banger
every time in the bathroom.
Yeah.
It was great. That was just their own little baby shark at that point. Yeah.
That's great.
So,
yeah.
But okay, so let's talk really quick while John's pulling up the game. You are located physically where again?
Physically on the Marriott atrium level in the heart of the dragon, right? The Marriott is the heart of the dragon. The Hyatt's the head. The Hilton is the bowels. And the Cortland Grand is the tail coming around the back, right?
What's the Westin?
What's the Westin?
The Westin is like the hoard of treasure.
Oh,
where the dealer's room is. It's what the dragon is curled up next to near its mouth.
I think that's very true. That is very
true. Common knowledge.
I did not know that was common knowledge.
Oh, yeah, no, why do you think it's called Dragon Con? Because it's an actual dragon.
Okay. There is one
giant ass dragon that lives in downtown Atlanta.
Somebody's going to ask about that. I'm just waiting. So I love that. All right, so that's where you are now. Where are you on the interwebs? Is this stuff
on the interwebs? We have a social media presence on most social media platforms, like DragonCon Puppetry Track. We are most active on our Facebook group, the Puppetry Track group. That's where I post a lot of stuff, and then stuff will sort of filter to the other accounts through that. But if you want to keep up with like me sending out information, then that Facebook group is probably the best place.
All right. Well, there we go. Okay, John, your turn.
Okay, in the chat, I sent you guys a code.
Right.
Play.
Gotta open it up.
And as soon as we get
I don't know why it does this. I'm in.
Okay. In the meantime, I'll let everybody know that you can again teach us. Yes, you could teach us, or you could reach us at 813-3210-TUG. That's 813-3210-884. 321-884. Yes, 884. Or as always, 50 days at theuniquegeek.com. Or you can leave your comments and whatnot on the YouTube page or Facebook. And we're pretty much the Unique Geek.
Phone number, Don.
What's that? I did that already.
How about the phone number?
813-3210.
I'm sorry, geek. Right. Okay. Sorry. Have you checked that this year?
No one's left a voicemail today.
Okay.
See, here's one of the things. It used to be a Skype number. Okay, I think everyone's at Lee. Are you in?
I was, and then it kicked me out, and now I'm back again.
All right, so here we go. Those of you that are in the chat, jump in real quick, and then we'll start the game. It is TQHW. You guys can hear that music now.
I can hear the music. If John, turn that down just a bit. Jonesy, we asked where the puppetry track was, but if people want to see you on the interwebs or want to find out something,
just that, but if you want to have your very own Madame Edgewise tarot deck to bring to DragonCon, you can order one in advance, or you can purchase one at DragonCon.
That is very cool. Sure. I just thought about the person who was drawing them. You could you could put those up and see if you can raise some money for charity. Which is
they look something like this, and I am also the artist. So so if you were to say, oh, that's not it.
I can't see that one. I'm sorry. Hold it right in front of your glasses.
Here we go.
Strength. Somebody is
Aw.
carrying a lion. That is very cool.
So yes, if you go to brodrickjones.com, BRODRICK, that'll take you to my web presence, and that, or if you want specifically Madam Edgewise, knowsalltellsall.com.
Oh wow, that's actually a great
Tells all.
URL.
Oh, that's cool.
I was shocked it was available.
I'm shocked it was available. When did you get it? How long have you had it?
A couple years ago.
And it was
and-
still. Wow, that's pretty cool. Knows all, tells all.
I was amazed.
Oh.
I had no idea. I was like, wait, Knows All Tells All is available in .com form?
Exactly. Not some.
That's an amazing.
Also,
thing.
nobody was using that hashtag on Instagram either. So basically, if you look hashtag Knows All Tells All, most of the posts are probably from me.
Oh, that is sweet. That is awesome.
That is very awesome. Okay.
All right, we're gonna go
I'll
ahead
be
and
quiet.
start the game. All right. I think I'll explain it to you.
3 topics,
Ramble.
each with hundreds of answers.
All right.
What
The
do
guests
you
are
find
picking,
intriguing?
the players are picking what topic they wish to choose. Pro chef meals, this bores me, or where keys could
Got
be.
it.
This is PG-13. Okay, where would you look? One word answers of where would you
In
look
high-low,
for
you'll be
keys?
guessing the best and worst of the list.
They're missing.
First, try and guess a top-ranked answer. Type your guess on your controller and hit submit.
So they're trying to guess the best answer for where you would
Remember,
first look for
we want
where
one-word
your keys
guesses.
are. If they're... yeah, so as we were saying, 50 days.
All answers received.
never mind.
How did it play out?
Let's do this. Pal Family and Gabe both chose car, which was the second
Lovely.
best answer. Marcella and Lee both picked purse, which was the fourth best answer. Brandon and Jonesy picked couch, which is the third best
That was a
answer.
short walk.
These are good.
And nightstand, Beau picked, which was all the way down 72.
Looking good.
Oh, but Jerry's looking in his bed for his key. That's 7.
Number 7.
Chris is looking in his pocket, which was the
Ding,
first
ding.
answer.
Pocket's number 1.
All right, it's Weddle, I believe. Chris Weddle. Did I get it right this time, or did I mix it up again?
Now,
think so.
try and guess
It's just
another
Chris
top-ranked
Weddle like
answer.
pedal, right?
One-word guesses only, please.
Now the next
Type your
best
guess and
popular
hit submit.
answer. Don't get it confused with the worst answer, which is coming up.
If you want to smush 2 words together like ice cream, fine. But it should be something you think other people will do as well.
Yeah, I think ice cream mushed together for looking for your keys. Probably not one.
Oh, God, I got to come up
But
with one.
now I want ice cream. I would take key-flavored ice cream right now. Been sitting in the car for 2 hours.
I know. I'm
I
so
am
sorry.
so sorry about that, dude.
Is it 2 hours? I'm so sorry. We done
Yeah, it
It
has.
was only really bad when they started mowing the lawn next to me.
Well, you need Gatorade when you get out. Or Pedialyte. Something to hydrate you really well.
Yeah, I
Time's
pronounced it
nearly
correctly according to Chris Weedle. I mean, Weddle! Oh. Just kidding, Chris. All right, Jonesy's the only one not to send them an
All
answer in.
answers are in. Let's see how you did.
So we'll see, Jen. I don't think it. Fridge. Cherry's looking in the fridge, which is number 6. Dish. Pal Family is 32nd over. With key bowl.
Oh
That's what it
my.
said. Now in the key
Very
hole,
average.
Brandon is looking
Promising.
142nd. Chris is in their hand at 22nd. In the kitchen, there's number 15. On the floor was number 11. Gabe said the table.
Pretty good.
Which is the number 5. We're going to fill out the top 10 here. Uh-oh, yeah, Jonesy didn't get an answer that round.
Apparently didn't submit. Oh well.
Also on Red
Now
Nerd's
you're
gaming
looking
profile.
for one
Anyway,
of our lowest ranked answers. something from the lowest depths of
Where's
the
the
list.
last place you would look for your key? Where's the very last place for your keys? Chris is doing so well because they lose their keys all the time. Apparently. Okay, so 50 days at theuniquegeek.com if you're trying to email us, 50days at theuniquegeek.com. And let's see, we've got coming up.
I thought I had a great answer.
Coming up later today, we have military sci-fi. Later in the week, not sure when, because I think we might need to reschedule it. We have disability services coming up. Sarah, our very own Sarah, is supposed to join us later in the month. Who else? We wait for Lee to submit.
I can't. I've tried 3 times.
Your
Hey.
answers.
And this is not a low
First, we
answer.
have
The freezer. Chris is now looking in the freezer because they weren't in the fridge.
well, now we know.
Gary and Beau are both looking in their yard, which is 35. Brandon's looking at the store for some reason. Well, I guess you could have lost your key. How'd you get it back home? from the
That's
store?
not great.
Toilet. The toilet was number 12.
Common place to find the keys.
Number 12.
Yes.
How many people are keeping the keys in the
I
toilet?
like it.
I would
Hey,
think
the
that'd be the
stairs.
worst place to look, but okay.
Oh dear.
Bathroom. Okay, so you look in the bathroom before you look in the toilet, or you look in the toilet before you look in the bathroom. Anyway, lawn again. Lawn versus yard seems like a distinction without a difference.
Yeah.
Now give me another
Another low-ranking answer. Besides toilet, because toilet was actually surprisingly high on the list.
Already used. Okay.
Chris says he loses Chris keys all the time. Cat over here. Oh, there was a request for during the I think it was during our conversation about trick-or-treating or the holidays, rather the holiday stuff. They want folks to sing the classic songs from Star Wars holiday special.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they do that over
Well,
Star
that'd be a lot easier if there were any classic songs from the holiday special.
There
Lee.
is, speaking of holidays at DragonCon, though, the American Sci-Fi Classics track does a
All
Christmas
answers
song.
received.
They do a Christmas
Let's see
panel.
what
And
happened.
This year they are doing a Halloween panel.
Oh no.
That's not good.
Drain was 23rd, I
Looking
think.
good.
Attic is number 89. That was Lee. Lee was looking in the attic.
Promising.
Brandon's looking in the doghouse.
That's a good one.
That's 153.
Oh
Gabe
no.
is looking in the sock for some reason at number 48. Marcella,
Well,
their shoe. So, I mean, I guess someplace.
I like it.
Litter box. Litter box. Chris is looking in the litter box, which was made the list at 144.
no.
Looking for the neighbor, the Powell family. So, just so I'm
Oh
correct,
no, the pool's too common.
Pool, Powell family said the key bowl
Dang.
and a neighbor.
So you're gonna look in the toilet before you look in the pool?
Finally, you have
That's
two
what people are
choices
saying.
on your controller. Which do you think is ranked higher on the list? Make your choice.
All right, which is higher? Desk or bag? Higher on the list, desk or bag?
How did it play out?
I tried to say looking in a shark, but they wouldn't let me.
Desk was number 16. Bag was number 10. Bag was number 10. All right, see the rest of the list.
Finally, let's see the full top 10.
From 10 to 1.
And let's see
Bag,
our
pants,
final
drawer,
scores.
Bed, fridge, table, purse, and some other things. Beau's in last
good.
place, unfortunately. Our winner is Chris. Chris. Then Gabe, Pal, Brandon. Yay, Chris!
Hello, you've returned.
All right.
I've got to
Good at
say,
puppetry programming, bad at finding my keys.
yeah. Well, it's very. You're great at programming. It's funny because I was like, Where's the worst place to lose? Where's the worst place to look for your keys? Coffins. I didn't like that.
Mm.
And it didn't
Yeah, they
like
didn't like
under
the zoo.
in a diaper
Yeah,
either.
Nobody picked the zoo.
it wouldn't take graveyard either. I was on the same thought.
Yeah.
There we go.
And
I
it wouldn't take
believe
elephant, crocodile, or shark, which I think are terrible places to look for your keys.
I would not want to look for my keys there at all. No, or in the beach,
But
or in the
you
cement.
find all sorts of things in a shark.
I would imagine
Cars?
it's got a better chance than the toilet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You would
Well, we
think.
should let Jonesy get out of his
Yes.
car.
Yeah, he needs to get out of his car. We need to all get back to our real lives.
Mwah.
No more puppet talk. All right. So until next time, for Leigh, Jonesy, and Beau, this is John saying peace. I should get the outro
Good
ready.
journey.
Transition.
This was a production of The Unique Geek. Call our comment line at 8133210TUG. That's 81332108884. Email us at thegeeks@theuniquegeek.com or 50days@theuniquegeek.com. Follow The Unique Geek on Facebook and Twitter. This podcast is distributed under a Creative Commons Attribution Non-Commercial Share-alike license.
All right, get out of your car. You're going to die in there.
Thanks a lot, y'all. This has been fun.
All right, thank you.
This has been wonderful.
See ya. Bye.
Hope to see you at con.
Yeah. See you at the con. Bye.